A billionaire wife employed a handsome gate man for secret affair. While you enjoy the story, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for more interesting stories. Madame Beatrice was 52 years old, but she still carried herself like a woman much younger. She was tall, light-skinned, and always well-dressed. Her hair was always neat, her perfumes expensive, and her voice calm but firm. People in the estate respected her because she was the wife of a very rich man. Her husband's name was Mr. Patrick. Mr. Patrick was a billionaire businessman. He owned companies, trucks, warehouses, and properties across the country. Money was never a problem in their home. Their mansion was big, fenced with high walls, and guarded day and night. But Mr. Patrick had his own problems. He was fat, with a big belly that showed even inside his expensive clothes. He was not handsome, and as he grew older, he became less attractive. Most times he was always tired. He left home early and came back late. Business took all his time. In the bedroom, things were not good anymore. Madame Beatrice felt lonely. She felt ignored. She felt unwanted. At first, she tried to talk to her husband. She complained that he was always busy, always tired, always on his phone, always traveling. Mr. Patrick would promise to change, but nothing really changed. Weeks turned to months. Months turned to years. Loneliness slowly turned into temptation. That was how Temmie entered their lives. Temmie was 28 years old. Dark, handsome, strong. His body was firm, his smile confident, and his voice deep. Women liked him easily. People called him Yoruba Demon. Not because he was evil, but because he knew how to use sweet words. He knew how to look into a woman's eyes and make her feel special. He knew how to touch, how to talk, how to pretend. He had no good job, no real future plan, but he knew how to survive through women. Madame Beatrice employed him as the gate man. She was the one who insisted. The security company suggested older men, but she refused. She wanted someone strong, young, and alert, she said. Mr. Patrick did not argue. He trusted his wife. He was too busy to care. Then the secret begins. First, Temmie was respectful. "Good morning, madam." "Good afternoon, madam." He always stood straight, eyes down, polite. But Madame Beatrice noticed him. She noticed how young he was. She noticed his arms when he opened the gate. She noticed how his shirt hugged his body. One afternoon, she stopped to talk to him longer than usual. "You are very young," she said. "Yes, madam." "Where are you from?" "Ondo State, madam." She smiled. From that day, small talks became longer talks. Longer talks became friendly smiles. Friendly smiles became soft jokes. Soft jokes became touches that stayed a little too long. When Mr. Patrick traveled for business, Madame Beatrice felt free. Temmie started sneaking into the house. Sometimes through the back door. Sometimes through the kitchen. Sometimes straight from the gate when the house was quiet. They met in the guest room. They met in the master bedroom. They met in silence and secrecy. Madame Beatrice felt alive again. She felt desired. She felt wanted. She felt young. Madame Beatrice had an 11-year-old daughter. Her name was Linda. Linda was a quiet child. She liked to read. She liked to sit alone. She liked to observe people more than talk. She noticed things adults thought children could not see. She noticed how Uncle Temmie entered the house when Daddy was not around. She noticed how her mother's voice changed when she talked to him. She noticed how her mother sent her away suddenly. "Linda, go and buy bread from the far shop." "Linda, go and visit your aunt." "Linda, go and stay with the house help." Sometimes the errands made no sense. Sometimes it was raining. Sometimes it was late. But her mother insisted. Linda began to understand. One day she came back earlier than expected. She heard voices in her parents' bedroom. She heard laughter that was not her father's. She stood quietly and listened. Her heart beat fast. She did not open the door. She walked away slowly. From that day something broke inside her. Lies and cover-ups. Madame Beatrice noticed her daughter's silence. Whenever Linda asked questions, her mother lied. That is our poor dirty gate man. He is fixing something. He came to collect something. Don't ask too many questions. Sometimes she shouted. Sometimes she threatened. Sometimes she bribed her with gifts. But children grow. And children remember. Linda started whispering things into her father's ear. At first, Mr. Patrick did not believe her. She is just a child, he thought. But Linda kept talking. She described days. She described times. She described movements. She described Uncle Temmie. Mr. Patrick became quiet. He did not shout. He did not accuse. He decided to watch. Mr. Patrick installed secret cameras. He did not tell his wife. He placed them carefully. In the sitting room. In the hallway. Near the back door. He traveled as usual. But this time he watched from afar. What he saw broke his heart. He saw Temmie entering his house like an owner. He saw his wife smiling the way she never smiled with him. He saw kisses. He saw embraces. He saw everything. He recorded everything. He waited. He gathered enough evidence. One evening Mr. Patrick came home earlier than expected. He called everyone into the living room. Madame Beatrice smiled, confused. Temmie was at the gate. Mr. Patrick played the videos. The room went silent. Madame Beatrice collapsed into the chair. Temmie tried to run. But security was already waiting. Police came. Temmie was arrested. The whole estate heard the story. Shame covered Madame Beatrice like a cloth. Mr. Patrick filed for divorce. There was no fight. No begging. No second chance. He was done. Mr. Patrick remarried later. He married a woman who loved him for who he was. A woman who respected him. A woman who did not need secrets. Linda was sent abroad to study. She kept in touch with her mother because she apologized and made up with her. After many months, Madame Beatrice apologized again to her husband. She begged for forgiveness. Mr. Patrick forgave her but would not take her back. But life had changed forever. Madame Beatrice still had money. She still had businesses. But she lost respect. She lost peace. Men came into her life. Younger men. Sweet-talking men. They used her. They collected her money. They left. One by one. She grew older. Lonelier. Regret became her closest friend. Every night she remembered. The gate. The lies. The little eyes that saw everything. And she wished she had chosen differently.